Hey everyone, Brandy Von Holton. I was supposed to do a Facebook Live explaining Country Tough Trail Versatility on Tuesday, and now it's Friday night, and I did not get it done. So what I'm doing is I'm going through all of the buckles. We got these things in yesterday, and then I will show you all the buckles that we have for this year for you to win, okay? And we're gonna do this from my side view. Awesome. Maybe I can turn forward. Okay. So tonight, I think I'll talk to you about my personal favorite parts about CT2V, okay? So one of my favorite things about Country Tough Trail Versatility is I remember whenever I was a novice and competing, I hated that in some associations, actually every one of them that I know of that did obstacles, made the novice go first, okay? I hated that. It was like this big deal for the pro riders to go last, you know? And I remember some of the pro riders being upset because people didn't stick around to watch them. And I'm like, oh man, you know, like, I don't know. I just didn't care about that. I thought that it was better for the novices and the, you know, the intermediates to get to watch other competitors to gain, you know, to see what the bar is basically, you know. So anyways, that was one of my favorite things about whenever we developed CT2V, was that we made the advanced riders go first, you know. They should be the most used to competing because they've probably done it before, or they've been riding horses for a lot longer, or more advanced, okay? So anyways, there's that. I love our in-hand divisions. Some associations embrace the in-hand divisions, and then some hate it. They're just like, oh, this is awful. I love our in-hand divisions, and I'm going to show you all these buckles after I get them out. By the way, somebody had said to me, like, hey, here's a suggestion. Don't buy the buckles at all until the competition's over with so people can get their names on them. I like to be able to award people a buckle whenever they win it, and the cost goes up tremendously. And for us to be able to provide 2 opportunities for you to win buckles this year, with your entry fee being $45 and nationals I think is like $125 or $120. It's usually you have to do a lot more competitions to be able to win a buckle, or the entry fees are a lot more. So I'm happy with us pre-purchasing them. All right, the buckle designs this year, it's the same design, but I had different logos put on there, and you are going to freak out whenever you see these. But there's so many buckles. So many buckles. Oh, this box is full of buckles. So I'm going to show them to you. It's one of my favorite buckle designs that we've done. So on a personal note, we're doing some big stuff this weekend, because next weekend we're actually open. So if any of y'all are close by or want to come and ride on the obstacle course or something, we will be open March 15th through the 18th. I'm teaching mounted archery, which only has like a few people in it. And I'll tell you, The reason that I do mounted archery is because I can't compete in CT2V. That's one of the things that I love about Country Tough Trail Versatility, is that I don't let the host compete in the ones that they're hosting. I mean, like, how unfair would that be? Because I already know what the obstacles are, and I'm the one that hires the judges, so I should not be competing in that. That would be a conflict of interest. Oh my gosh. All right, I got about, I don't know how many more buckles, but I'm going to show these to you. So this weekend, my husband rented a excavator so he could, and I'm going to show you all of these, so he could, he has to move the water hydrants closer to 2 of the stall barns that we changed up their shape. So it'll be up against the stall barn. He's got to do that. And then he's trenching electric into his new building, which is the sawmill and the kiln building. And he has built a new octagon bridge. And so he was trying to get a price because people are wanting to buy some of our bridges. And so he did that today so he could time himself, so he would know how much time it would take to build each one, so he can price it accordingly. Okay. Holy smokes. Look at this. We're going to go through all these buckles in just a little bit. I'm just trying to divide them out amongst the National Championship and the Buckle Series. So, something else that I like about CT2V is we don't make you do all of the competitions. A lot of times, whenever there's a Buckle Series, if there's 8 competitions, it's who scores the most points out of 8. I think that, there's been times before whenever I couldn't come to all of them, and then it made me not want to do the association at all because I felt like I didn't have a chance. So I like that we have it to where you don't have to do them all. Because the Buckle Series, there's one in April, May, June, July, but it's your best 3 out of 4. So that means you can miss one. I like that. I think that's more, I think that's nicer to people because it allows you to go to the graduations and go to the family reunions or be sick. You know what I mean? It just allows you wiggle room, makes it more realistic. So, all right, I'm on to my last one. Okay, by the way, so we are getting ready, David and I are getting ready to go to the Midwest Horse Fair. The Midwest Horse Fair is one of the largest horse expos in North America. It's in Wisconsin, and it has taken me years to be able to get them to get mounted archery approved because it's a projectile weapon. It's not like mounted shooting where you're shooting a blank at a balloon. No, this right here is projectile. So anyways, that's what the heck we're doing. Okay, I'm going to turn this around so you can see all of these, and then we're going to go through them so then you can actually pause and look at the buckles, okay? So here we go. By the way, the CT2V judge named Hannah, and I thought it was Stratman, but it's Strotman. She is going to be my assistant in Wisconsin. So I'm pumped about that. All right, let me turn these around. All right, so there's 2 mega piles. Here's one pile, here's another pile, and I'll put these things out so you can see them in the 06, which is used to be wedding venue. Okay, so here we go. Here's Wrangler. Here is National Reserve Champion. It has the CT2V logo on there. I love the feathers. And then The reserve champion has a red stone. Okay, and there's an arrow. There it says CT2V. I love this design in there. Got the year on there. Okay, so there's what a reserve champion looks like. And then the champion, here's Foundations 1. It says National Champion, and it has blue stones in it. So here's what the national buckles look like. All right, so now then, this year, in order to be able to get a larger, this is a larger buckle, I end up having to do the same design, but it's different, okay, for the buckle series and the national championship. This is substantial. That's about the size of protein you're supposed to eat with each meal. Okay, so this right here is what the buckle series looks like. So, here's Foundations 1. It says CT2V Foundations, and it says Champion. But then, look right here. I had the turquoise stones put in all of them for Champion and Reserve Champion. And since this one is put on by us, this one has the Von Holten Ranch logo on there. So there's what that looks like. So there's Trailblazer Champion. Let me find a Reserve Champion. There we go. Here's what Reserve Champion looks like for the series, for like Maverick. Yep. You know, I love the concept of an arrow because, man, it's the way that we all achieve things is you usually have to get pulled back a little bit so you can slingshot forward, kind of like you got to make a plan. Or sometimes whenever you're trying to clean your house, it gets dirtier before it gets cleaner. You know, it's the way that everything goes in life for me is sometimes I got to take a step back. So like going to school or having to get better at your sport so then you can get astronomically more advanced. Sometimes you got to step back. So I love the arrows on the buckles this year. I was going to show them all to you, but I think that would take a long time. But I love these details that look so antique-y. Like, look at the details. Oh, let me see here. There you go. It's beautiful. I love this buckle. So there you go. The buckles are in. And by the way, oh my gosh, do you know? So from a host standpoint, and I know most people are not worried about the host, you know. But from a host standpoint, do you know how difficult it is to financially invest into the series before the series happens? So I do that because, you know what, I know that if, you know, whenever COVID happened, we just didn't post pictures of people's face. Like we kept going because you needed to be outside, right? It was a good thing for you to ride your horses. And it's the same thing. There's nothing that's going to keep us from hosting these events. So I went ahead and got them. Look how many there are. So these are the buckle series. All of that right there. And here are the nationals ones. I'm going to leave them in the box, so they're going to be nice and pretty, but I'll have these set out for you to see next month, so you can be like, that's going to be my buckle, you know. That's good for you to look at something that you're trying to win, to visualize it, you know, instead of just guessing. And then the ribbons this year, I've got to get my inventory in because I usually purchase a couple of months worth of ribbons at one time. So by the time we come into April, oh my gosh, I'm on, you know, like a four-wheeler, you got to reach down and turn the reserve. That's what we have to do because we've got so much invested into it. So anyways, do you know for the first competition in April, I think we have like 8 people now that are going to be doing primitive in the parking lot. Like that is, I've got to do a stall count. April's going to be a big month, and we're going to try to run a tight ship, and we've got so many new people going to try to help everybody out. And if you don't know, we are doing ranch horsemanship and modified ranch horsemanship 1, which is going to help out with the timing of the day, because that one is the shortest ranch horsemanship pattern. So there you go. That's all that I have for you today. Is let me think of some more, other things that I love about CT2V. I love that there's not a speed element. I feel like I kind of did my own horse KTM kind of wrong, because I went from not doing any obstacle competitions to like the fastest one, and he's still hot over that. I end up going to the EXCA World Championship, and I end up getting 6th out of 30 some odd people, and I only went once, and that was so much fun. But I really wish that I would have started him in something slower and then graduated to that. I love the EXCA. It is fun. And then, so I love that we don't have a speed, just to allow people to have that natural growth. I love the ranch horsemanship patterns. That's actually one of my most favorite things. I love, like whenever clinicians come here and we work on drills, and I just love drills. I love arena work. You wouldn't think that since I own a trail riding facility, but I love arena work. I'm a stickler for basics, and basics always win. Like how well can you stop your animal? How well can you transition? It's those little bitty details that add up to big things like winning a buckle, right? So I love the ranch horsemanship. A lot of people have never done ranch horsemanship before. A lot of my trail riders haven't. And a lot of people that ride in the arena a lot aren't very confident on trail. So I love that it makes it fair. So obstacles are just fun for me. I love it because I feel like it is trail and ranch horsemanship kind of combined. Like you're not in a structured area like an arena, but then you're having to put what you've learned into use, like moving your animal's shoulder or their hind end or stopping. And so I love it because it's a little bit more, it's like you have a job, like my husband he's not a cowboy, right? But he does really good whenever we've done sorting and stuff like that, because he had a job to do on the horse. So that's what I feel like obstacles are. Obstacles are like the bringing it all together. And the trail, I want to create safe trail horses. A lot of our clients they are exactly what I'm doing. You see that I'm getting more gray, right? Well, most of my clients are over 50, and which is not old at all, okay? And I want them to be able to ride horses until they don't want to. I want them to ride horses for forever. And so that's something that I love about CT2V, is that I feel like we are increasing safety. So, we're having fun. You're setting goals. The entry fee's not astronomical. Our camping fees are not astronomical at all, and you can still set goals. You can have a horse that's not registered, and you can do just as good, or you can ride a mule, you can ride a donkey, you can do whatever. I love that that we're open to everyone. So I absolutely love CT2V. So here, I'll tell you a pet peeve, and I have to deal with this all the time. And I don't get upset about it or nothing like that, but I'm like, how many people are like, oh, hey, I want to do that C2TV thing that you're doing. Like, they don't take the time to learn the letters, that it's country tough. So that's CT. And then 2 is because it's country tough trail. There's 2 T's in the middle of it. I hate whenever people don't take the time to learn the letters CT2V. Yeah, I don't know why. I think because it's you know, could you imagine somebody, and we're not big at all. I understand that, but could you imagine somebody saying, "Oh, I compete in the AHQA," you know? Could you imagine with people not taking the time to learn other associations' letters? So, anyways, Country Tough Trail Versatility. I love it. And I love that we are going to have a really big year. I love that we've got so many new people. If you want to come out this next weekend, we are open. So, anyways, I hope to see you there. And I hope that you love these buckles. I love them. There you go. Y'all have a wonderful night.